People seem to have got the message from Network Rail, from the train operators, that you should only travel if it's really essential on the rail network. There are only 1 in 5 trains running across Great Britain today, so stay away from the rail network, and as you mentioned, work from home if you can. Frankly, it's been busier just behind me here outside the station. Not right now, in fact the picket line seems to have dispersed somewhat, but throughout the day, and certainly this morning, a lot of union members down here, a lot of union representatives, lots of members of the media, some Labour politicians, controversially some would say, bearing in mind Sir Keir Starmer has told his front bench not to turn up at the picket line. Sam Tarry, Shadow Transport Minister, was here earlier, and it's reported that the whips will be calling him, according to the Shadow Equalities Minister. She said that the whips are going to have a word with him about turning up to this picket line. In fact, interestingly, in the past few minutes, it's been reported that Jess Phillips, who's another member of the Shadow front bench, has been asked about Sam Tarry turning up to this picket line. She said she wasn't aware of any message from Sir Keir Starmer that members of the Shadow Cabinet weren't supposed to turn up to the picket line. So there's a bit of confusion there on Labour's position. But in terms of the position of the two sides in this disagreement, the train operating companies, Network Rail, and the government and the unions on the other side, it's the same as it has been for the other 3 days of the dispute, which are it's over pay, pensions, terms and conditions. This is what Mick Lynch, the General Secretary of the RMT, had to say earlier.
Well, he wants massive cuts. When he wanted the railway workers to keep working and put themselves in a place of danger, in effect, he wanted to talk to us. Now he's using COVID and the effects of COVID as a reason to cut back on the railway. He's cut £2 billion worth of funding from the National Rail, and he's cutting £2 billion from London Underground, in effect. Now that's causing massive disruption, and it's that funding cut that he's responsible for that is causing these disputes. If we can get back to a proper funding level and he allows the companies to negotiate properly, we will get a settlement to this dispute. But he's got the key.
How have you felt about the way Labour have been dealing with these disputes? So that's Mick Lynch, the person he's talking about there, Grant Shapps, Transport Secretary, who says that the unions don't want to modernise, that they're set in their ways, that they're militant, they're run by barons, as it were, referring to Mick Lynch. The unions would say, no, we want to reform, we want to modernise, we just have to safeguard jobs and pay for our members. And the pay offer on the table for Network Rail at around about 8% effectively over the next 3 years does not meet our members' requirements. It won't match inflation and therefore is a real terms pay cut.